Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing the new NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This is the newest foundation from NARS. I have reviewed their stick foundation, sheer glow, the tinted moisturizer, the Longwear. I really enjoy NARS foundations, so I will have all of those linked down below along with other foundation related content. In addition to that, for this review I will be doing a before and after, a flash photo test to show you how it looks in natural light, and of course how it looks at the end of the day. But I will have timestamps down below if you're a little bit impatient and want to skip ahead. But let's go ahead and get started. So this foundation retails for $40 American, $53 Canadian. As with some other NARS foundations, however, although that is a high-end price, you're getting 1.5 fluid ounces in here, which is about a foundation and a half. So it is technically like a good deal when you're looking at dollars versus the amount of product that you're getting in here. There is a really nice shade range. I like the packaging. I don't think it looks like the most luxe ever. The fact that it says NARS on it and has this like soft matte touch to it makes it feel a little bit more luxurious, but I don't think it looks cheap by any means, and it is easy to use, easy to travel with. I'm wearing the shade Syracuse Medium Deep. I will have swatches on my Instagram that I will link down below for two of the other shades. I have worn Tahoe and that worked for me, but generally I do wear Syracuse, so that's the shade I'm going to go with just to keep it consistent amongst all of my reviews. This says that it claims to be full coverage with a matte finish, and it's good for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my face, which I do with just about any foundation. I'll prime half of my face. The jury is out on whether or not I should be priming my face in foundation reviews or not. Some people are so for it, some people are so against it, so I just do half and half to try and keep the people happy. But I'm going to go do that and we will get into application. So it has kind of like a squeezy application, so I'm going to go ahead and squeeze some out onto the back of my hand. Not a ton of product. We'll start with that. And I'll start on this side of my face. I'm going to use a sponge. This is the e.l.f. sponge, which I really quite like. It definitely kind of lessens the coverage, so if you're looking to get the true full coverage out of this foundation, I would recommend using a brush, like something that's a little bit denser. I tend to like more medium coverage foundations, so I don't need to get like all the way to full. Like this is plenty for me, I think you can see. I think that Tahoe, I can't remember exactly, I feel like the shade Tahoe is a smidge more neutral. This is a little bit more yellow, but not too yellow for me. Honestly, this is probably more foundation than I would normally put on. But you can see quite a difference between this and this. My body is quite warm, so this foundation is looking a little bit yellow, but when I powder and bronze, it'll all kind of come together. And I think I mentioned this in a recent review, but unless you're only wearing foundation, it doesn't need to be the perfect match. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I have countless comments of people saying like, that foundation shade doesn't work for you. And I'm like, well, it doesn't on its own, but once I bronze, highlight, etc., then it all comes together. So something to keep in mind if you're like getting frustrated trying to find your match. This foundation says it also contains hyaluronic acid to help with excess sebum or oil, some kind of algae in there. It says it's 16-hour wear, transfer proof, oxidation proof. You know my feelings on transfer proof. Again, unless you're only wearing the foundation, like if you put a powder, bronzer, blush, anything on top, that is going to transfer in itself. So, I don't know. It blends out really nicely. It looks really good. It doesn't feel heavy. So I really like the look of this. I think it does have that kind of, like they say it's soft matte on the Sephora website, it says matte, but you can still see there's a little bit of life in my skin. It's not completely flat, which I appreciate. It doesn't dry down like 100% matte either, which I'm going to powder it either way, so it doesn't really matter. But I love the way that this looks. I think that it feels really comfortable. It doesn't have that dry, matte, cakey feel, and I feel like I don't need to, like, you can still kind of see that I've got a couple of breakouts, like they're not going to go anywhere, but it did do a good job covering them, and I don't feel like I need to spot conceal, and I do feel like I could even add a little bit more coverage if I wanted to. That's just not really where I like my makeup to end up, in that full coverage space anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, take some photos, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I did just film a little Instagram reel. Hopefully it works out, but I was using this newish NARS palette. It is the Extreme Effects palette. Honestly, I love all of the NARS palettes. I don't talk about them. Why can't I open it? I don't talk about them often, But I really love this. I loved mixing the kind of warm oranges with the purples. Thought that was gorgeous. Used the new Climax Extreme mascara. Love this. Love the original Climax as well. And on my lips, I have the ColourPop lip liner plus one of their Power Matte lipsticks in Get It On. But love all of those products so far. But yeah, I really like the way that this makeup looks. As for flash photo here in my kind of studio lighting, I thought it looked really good. You can see that it doesn't look completely flat on the skin. It's definitely a soft matte look. And then when I went into the bathroom, turned off all the lights, closed the door, took a flash photo. There is a little bit of flashback, which isn't unexpected for me, I guess. It's not horrible, but I think, again, you need to take into account the powder you're going to put on your face, your concealer, all that kind of stuff. So it's nothing major, but something to consider. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead about my day, and I will check back with you in a couple of hours in some natural light. Hey guys, coming to you, ooh, I have my door open, sorry if it's loud. Coming to you with a midday check-in. Everything looks and feels really good. I took off my lip, but otherwise it still feels very matte on my skin, but not tight. Doesn't look cakey or heavy. Yeah, I really love the way that this whole makeup look came together. So I will continue to wear it for a few more hours, and I will check back with you at the end of the evening. Okay, here we are at the end of the day, and I think things look great. I definitely ended up putting a little bit more product on my face than normal, but generally I'll wear a little bit less of the foundation and I get even better wear. It did not oxidize. I was wearing, sorry, my door is open again. I was wearing a mask today. I think you can see there's a little bit on there, but not a ton, but I didn't wear it for that long. Didn't oxidize, no major transferring. It's a little bit shiny, but nothing, nothing crazy. And I think it looks great. So in my opinion, if you're looking for something that has a little bit more coverage, because I know I recommend the NARS Tinted Moisturizer all the time, I still like that more because it gives me the medium coverage, it gives me the natural finish, long wear. It just is magical to me. This I still think is great, but it's going to be more suitable for those of you that are looking for something more matte and more full coverage. But overall, I think it looks really good. I'm impressed. I'm going to continue to wear it. I've been wearing it for the past probably 2 weeks or so and really, really liking it. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!